the John Carroll University Don Shula Stadium. The Red Raiders are up 3-0. Back with you. Medina's striking right now, but that pass goes awry that time. Oh, man. We missed the whole first quarter. I'm aware that Welsh scored once, and then right after that, back-to-back goals coming from Andrew Mullins, who actually had a hat trick in that last game. Man, I was booking it. We left our headset back home. Well, dealing with a lot of technical difficulties out here at John Carroll University. Up here in the press box, surprisingly, they really just don't have any internet connection. And we've tried to use their own internet in that Benedictine game where Shaker Heights played football against Benedictine earlier this year. Shaker, unfortunately, did lose by a sizable margin. But the internet was just awful. And right here, we're getting another timeout called. So we're going to step aside. Hopefully the feed is now working, but we're going to step aside and try to find out. Thank you for tuning in. Von Ullum on the call. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears going into this one. We'll be right back with you. 5-0. Shaker Heights in the lead. Hopefully our feed is going back strong. Again, our third broadcast that we tried. We booked it across University Heights to try to get this headset, and eventually we got it. But Shaker Heights, right now in the lead 5-0. We came when it was 3-0 after the first quarter, but they've already struck twice here in the first 3 minutes of this second quarter. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Von Ullum on the call here, right in front. Shaker trying to make a move. I believe that was Kelly. He was thrown down to the turf, and I believe we're going to get a penalty called as we saw the yellow laundry flying up and down into the turf. Man, it is pouring out there. It is not pretty. And right now, Shaker Heights is taking advantage of it. We saw a lot of slipping and sliding on the turf in that game against Jackson. But today, that just might increase by a lot, by a sizable margin, with the very, very wet conditions. Red Raiders had Joey Moore out of the starting lineup, but now he's actually right there onto the turf. And right now, he's the man to hold it, but he'll send it out wide. Once again, that's Will Huff. Again, a guy with over a hat trick last time. And Shaker Heights right now 5-0 lead it here against the battling bees of the Medina High School. Winner of this one taking on Wadsworth or St. Ignatius at a neutral site that's to be determined by the OHSAA. Right now it's hung on to by Hardy. Welsh had the very first goal of the game. Sends it on back to the near side, back Will Huff. Will Huff tries to send it across the attacking zone, but the bees are able to knock it down. The bees out here today, the white helmets, the green, the very dark green. You assume it's very, very dark green due to the weather conditions and the fact that they're just damp right now. Here's Shaker Heights able to get the turnover. Looks like they have it back, and they're going to try to go on the attack once more. There it's with Andrew Mullins. Had the 2 goals as well in the first quarter. Now back Will Huff to the near side. Over finds Mullins. Man, Huff and Mullins, a dynamic duo in that last game. But we know a lot of these guys can throw up goals if they really want to. Like even the defenseman, Miles Shelton, who's hanging back along the midfield stripe. He even had a goal in that game against Jackson. Here for a long shot, it's Joey Moore. Beauty of a shot. Snuck its way through the legs of all the defensemen in front and also some of his own guys. And he's able to strike once again. Man, these Red Raiders are dominating right now. Still, we're yet to see a Jackson goal be scored, and this is just why Shaker Heights, they're just moving with a different kind of energy. They started off the season just beating Jackson 6-5 in the first game of the regular season, but then they went on to beat them just the other day 12-3. It's a very, very different energy we're seeing out of the Red Raiders, and this could even be a team that they lost to St. Ignatius earlier this season. If they play them next, it might not be too bad of a matchup between Shaker And the Wildcats, it seems like St. Ignatius always doing something. They're a big hit, trucked them down that time. Was number 34, Andrew Root, a freshman, making his presence known out onto the turf. Thanks for joining. Again, it's Vaughn Ullum on the call. Got a little bit of a late jump to this one. 3 broadcasts down here on the third. It looks like we finally got it through. Here comes the shot. And save made. That time, Ryan Linehan with the black sweatpants launches this one up and onto the midfield stripe. Shaker Heights going to try to move it forward, and right here it's with the defenseman Miles Shelton. He'll shake off one man, take the shot, but it'll go wide and out of bounds. Red Raiders already leading 6-0, and they're in control of this, no question. But the question is just, can they tack on some more goals, build more confidence before they play a team like St. Ignatius, a team that, well, you're not supposed to have that much confidence after winning, or excuse me, after lose by 9 your first meeting. But got to understand that it was Medina who just beat St. Ed's, and Shaker Heights is destroying Medina for the time being. We'll see if that continues. We saw a couple of bursts of momentum out of Jackson. We're able to score back-to-back goals once. They actually got the very first goal of that game against the Red Raiders, but after that it was either 7 or 8 straight for Shaker. You don't want to let Medina crawl back into this game. You're right, and it is the early stages, so as much momentum as you can take out of them now, the better. Right here, nifty little move from out wide. Here it's Cole Richard. Richard moves it over to the near side, Andrew Mullins. Mullins going to do the same thing as Richard. He'll evade a defenseman. Going for the shot? No, he'll send it back. Finds Welsh. Welsh launches it back up front. Right here comes the shot, and it's in! My goodness, Shaker Heights is on a roll right now. And that was Will Huff once again. I mean, what is this? Beautiful work out of Shaker. They're up 7-0 now against their own GCC rival, Medina Bees. Shaker Heights, of course, winning the GCC with their last regular season GCC game being against Brunswick. But they were able to take down every single squad that you saw here. A good defensive effort by one of the midfielders who took it off the draw. And right now, Medina just needs to get something, but right now, if their passes are connecting, it's going to be a tough day for them. This one launched back into the center circle on the JCU logo, taken over by the Bees. And right now, they're just struggling to even get it down the field. But here comes number 2. It's whacked away, and eventually it'll fall behind Miles Shelton, who's thrown down to the turf. And possession due to that is going to be awarded back over to the Red Raiders. What a day for Shaker Heights to just try and build this momentum. As we've said, right now it's with Gus Gray hanging on to it along the 30-yard line, sends it back up. Just under 5 minutes left to go here in this first half and second quarter. Track getting absolutely covered with rainwater right now. It ain't a pretty sight, but Shaker Heights in their gritty nature right now coming up big. Here, Andrew Mullins takes it to the right side, looking for the shot. No, he'll send it back. Once again, Hardy Welsh to the opposite side. Who will hold on to it? That's Cole Richard. Richard, juke out a man, just can't get around him as now he's double-teamed. Sends it out in front and thrown down to the turf on that play. I believe that's Maxwell Kelly. No penalty issued on that one. And we'll see who possession is given up to. And they say it's over to the Bees. Tough stuff early on from Shaker Heights. They're slipping and sliding, but they're making the shots happen. Again, they're just looking like the better team out here. And again, the rain might, of course, be changing things a little bit. Might be hurting Medina a little bit. Here, tripped up is the Bees attacker here on the far side. Now a flag is thrown as this one's sent away and all the way back behind the net of Ryan Linehan. That'll be... We'll see who has it here. With just under 4 minutes to go, Shaker Heights still in the lead by 7. It looks like Medina will maintain possession. Still awaiting for play to resume. And eventually we're going to get the click of the scoreboard, and it's right back to ticking on down. 3:50 left to go in this second quarter, and the Bees having one of their more promising setups here of this second quarter. Right here comes the shot, and I'm not sure if that was tipped away by Lenahan or if that was just wide. Either way, it's not in the back of the net, and that's what matters. And we'll see here with 3:35 to go if Medina can just finally find the board, and this one also swings out wide. Must have gotten a little piece of Lenahan there, keeping possession with the Bees. And here a shot from far out. And once again, they just can't find the net. And, well, you kind of got to score if you want to, or you can't score if you don't find the net whatsoever. Lenahan right now not really contested with any hard shots just yet. This one, ooh, big scrum out in front of Ryan Lenahan, but it'll once again be flung way out wide. Here at the Blue Streaks Don Shula Stadium, Shaker Heights in their second game here at the John Carroll University campus, just not too far away from the Shaker Heights campus. But instead of going at the Russell H. Rupp Stadium, we play here at Don Shula, where the lacrosse team right now is outscoring opponents 19-3. Again, Jackson Shaker Heights beat 12-3. Now it's 7-0. See if they can keep it up right now. Again, Medina forced way out top. The Red Raiders have been doing that so much more. They just have not been able, or they haven't allowed these other teams to really find an entrance into the attacking zone. This shot, once again, goes way out wide. Lenahan crediting his defense. You can see him give a little recognition to Gus Gray that time. 2:30 to go in this second quarter. 7-0. Shaker Heights on top. 4 seeded here in the Region 2 Division 1 bracket. Here's a shot from out wide. Once again, not sure if that was a save. If not, again, it'd be a shot from out wide. I think that could get a little bit of Lenahan, though. Again, in the white jersey, black sweats. He's always out there in between the posts wearing sweats. But granted, I mean, just about every netminder does just that. Gives them a little extra padding because that ball's coming at you. And this shot, once again, wide to the left. 1:52 to go in this first half. The Red Raiders leading by 7. Right now it's looking good that they're going to play on Wednesday. But there's still a lot of time for Medina to get back into this. 100 seconds remaining in this half. Right here, a shot from out wide. And right on top of that was Miles Shelton. Him and the attacker, number 6, get into a little physical altercation. The referee wanted a little something. That was Miles Shelton. And what was that, number 6? That's Angelo Sandusky, or AJ for short, is what it's listed as a player name on the roster. Regardless, he's number 6. This shot way out wide. Shaker Heights really forcing them to take these shots that are out wide. And it doesn't give them a whole lot of room to find the net. They got to be really, really precise. And right now they're just not finding that precision. They're taking the shot, let's say like out by the numeral number 20. I mean, that's a very small margin of error. And right now, Medina unable to get the good shots right out in front of the net. They're pressured, as we said, like way out wide to closer to the sidelines than actually in the middle. And here we're going to see another essence of that, an example that goes out wide. Good stuff from Shaker Heights. 11 minutes down here in this second quarter. 1 more to go. Medina still in control. Shaker Heights would love to get out of this and maybe even throw up another before this quarter ends. This one, ooh, tipped. It'll go wide off of a stick of a Red Raider. So Medina will maintain this possession. 46 seconds remain. This one going to go all the way to the track, the drenched track out here at the John Carroll University campus. Man, it is brutal out there. Umbrellas galore below us. Luckily, we're covered by the press box roof above. 40 seconds remain. Here, Medina in this first half, yet to throw up a goal. But granted, it's shots like this that, will work out that time, I believe. Yes, indeed, Medina able to pop one through. And Shaker Heights has forced a lot of these shots from tight and outside. And finally, Medina is able to strike. So it's be a 6-goal differential with half a minute remaining in this half. And that's good for Medina. Gives them a little bit of momentum going into this halftime. Gives them something good to think about and grasp onto. And now here on the face-off, Rude going to take it over. Senior number 5, Anthony Bernard, the senior midfielder, get that goal. Shaker Heights going to slow things down. And now we get a timeout ruled. We're going to step aside for just a second here. 15 seconds exactly remain out here in the first half of this GCC rivalry game. But the postseason region quarterfinal between your Red Raiders and the Medina Battling Bees. 7-1 is your score. Shaker on top. Only 18 seconds remain here in this first half. And right now, the Red Raiders down at 12. We'll see if they go for a final strike here. Right out front, Shaker trying to take it over, but it's the netminder out here for the Bees who just launches it away into the Shaker Heights defensive half of the field. And eventually, time will expire out here on the first half. At the Don Shula Stadium, your Red Raiders are leading things 7-1. 3 goals coming in that first quarter. We unfortunately didn't cover it, but 4 goals in the second quarter. And the Red Raiders with a heck of a lot of momentum right now as they go into this halftime. Again, under wet and rainy and gross conditions, the Red Raiders are prevailing here at the John Carroll University campus. Both squads happy, I'm sure, to get a little break and hopefully get under some cover. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum is on the call. Again, our apologies for the early struggles, the technical difficulties, the loss of our headset, and again, the Wi-Fi connection. All a little difficult. We'll see you in just over 9 minutes when we get back into this one. Again, Shaker Heights in the lead, 7-1 as we go to halftime. Hello, Shaker Heights Varsity Lacrosse fans. Welcome in here to the John Carroll University Don Shula Stadium press box. A lot of words I just threw at you. But Shaker Heights here today, leading things 7-1 up against the Medina Bees. And right now, Shaker Heights is in the driver's seat before they go into the semifinal against who will probably be St. Ignatius, could be Wadsworth. But the Red Raiders right now up 7-1. We had technical difficulties, didn't cover a lot of that first quarter. But when we got here, they were already up 3-0, and then they scored 7 straight in total. The last goal was scored by Medina, so if they can cling to that, then that's their ticket to try and get back into this game, try to hold on, and try to build a goal streak. We'll see if they can do it. We'll send you down as Andrew Rude takes over for, once again, another opening face-off here at the Don Shula Stadium. Thanks for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call with you here. The Red Raiders up 6 as we open up here this second half. Right now, it's sent over to the near side of Hardy Welsh. He'll lose it between the 5-hole, but Max Kelly will recover. Looks like we already had a stoppage of play. Not totally sure why. Ball sits on the numeral 1 on the 10-yard line. Not sure exactly what the matter is here. Looks like we're having a couple of substitutions no matter what. Fans trying to get back into their seats, but some fans actually leaving, maybe Medina fans. The rain has slowed down a lot. You can tell by the glare of the track. Don't get me wrong, it's still drizzling, and it's not at all something that you want to be in. Umbrella's still up, of course, but it's not as bad as it was. Man, it was pouring earlier on, especially in that first quarter and early stages of that second quarter. This one flung wide, and it looks like it might have gotten a B. Shaker Heights maintain it here. Andrew Mullins had 2 goals in that first quarter. I don't think has had one since, but he has it here looking for the hat trick, sends it across the attacking zone. Now Will Huff, again, who had a handful of goals in that last one as well. Here right up close to the net, trying for the shot, was Hardy Welsh, but instead covering it up, taking it over is number 10, Kobe Milodinovic. Someone we were trying to figure out if that's how you pronounce his name. That's a struggling name. I've seen a lot of difficult names, but Milodinovic is up there. It's not the hardest we've ever seen. There was this one player on the Mayfield softball team that was absolutely ridiculous. I don't remember what that last name was. It started with a B. I remember that. But my goodness, that thing had like 5 consonants for every vowel. And I did not know what was happening there. Cole Richards sends it to the far side. Shaker Heights still on the attack. They're up 6 still. Yet to see a goal here in the early stages. Here it's flung over, trying to find Cole Richard. The pass broken up by the man in front of him, but looks like here Richard tries to take it back, but instead he'll fling it up into the air where it's picked up by number 22, David Kornblum. And eventually we go all the way to the other side. It hits the near side iron off of Lenahan's post. Sometimes that's just a goalie's best friend, is their post right behind him. And right there, Lenahan needs to give a little embrace exactly to that post. Right now, Shaker Heights, lucky to not be in now a 7-2 affair. Granted, I'm sure they would still be grateful for a 5-goal lead. My goodness, that was not the shot. Backpedaling was number 1, Cameron Miller, the senior on the attack today. Nine and a half remaining in this third quarter. Right now hanging on to it along the near side and still on the Shaker Heights defensive side. And eventually pressured back was number 20, Jaden Wilkerson. Wilkerson actually had a goal in that last game. Shaker Heights, and they're in the driver's seat now. And again, they are able to carry in a big winning game into a game against St. Ignatius. That's huge. Here, Lenahan playing it aggressive, getting out of his net, sending it up, and doesn't let Medina get on the attack. Breaks that up quickly. Here it's Miles Shelton taking it up, sending it forward, trying to find Jaden Wilkerson. Shaker wanting to try to strike on the transition. Less than 9 minutes to go. Andrew Mullins holding on for a moment, allowing some of the Red Raiders to get set. Here working his way in along the far side. I believe that's Richard. No, that's Joey Moore, excuse me. But here Mullins along the near side. Stutter steps around.